Welcome to Wonderpaws Down Under. I'm Dan,
I'm Anita.
and together we're travelling around Australia with our dog Wally, our cat Paprika, our trusty off-road caravan, and our Toyota Hilux.
Featured in the back. And we're here to bring you some pet travelling tips on the road.
So in today's episode, we're going to talk about the Coober Pedy region, which was for us a really, really important and nourishing, is that a good word to describe it?
Nourishing is overselling it, but I think we had been on the road for so long that it was just nice to be in any form of civilization. Just to have a shop, just to have, some basic necessities, which was nice.
Feel like a human being, and for the cat to feel like a cat again, because it was pretty tough on him, that drive, the Downunder track.
Yeah, the cat definitely felt it. He was not friends with us after that trip. A lot of corrugations, a lot of, crappy driving, crappy days, just long days on the road. So he was very much happy to be staying still, I think for 4 days or so. Yeah, so he was happy to be staying still. We had to give him the room for his time and his space. Not that there's a lot of space in our caravan, but he was like, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to see you, I don't want to do anything. So he just literally slept, I think, for 3 days.
Yeah. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, I really did feel bad for him. I'm pretty sure we had said that we would never ever do a road like that again. But maybe we do.
Well, what can you do when you're literally in the middle of the Outback?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have many choices. But look, Paprika's still with us. He's happy. He's healthy. So
he's a happy cat now.
You know, as with many tough journeys in life, sometimes a bit of a break is just needed to recharge and regenerate.
Some space.
So on to Coober Pedy itself. As you probably know, it's quite a famous outback mining town, and it's particularly famous for its opal mining. And although the town isn't particularly old, I mean, it was only founded in 1915, it was actually founded on the basis of opals being discovered. And the local Aboriginal people, the Kokatha people, they termed it Coober Pedy, which in their language actually means white fella's hole. Because the white people turned up there and started digging many holes.
And when you go there, that is exactly what you'll see. Hopefully not white fella's holes, but but you will see a lot of holes in the ground, and they are owned a lot by white fellas. So there's opals, which is exciting for us ladies. I mean, you can go shopping, which is fun. But yeah, it was a different sort of place. It's kind of rated as one of the more dangerous places in South Australia.
Yeah, I think I had a look at the crime rates. The per capita crime rates are actually the highest in all of South Australia, which was a bit of an eye-opener.
But to be honest, like, if you think about how safe South Australia is, it kind of made sense that, Coober Pedy didn't feel that unsafe to us. I think anywhere in Australia is relatively, Wally's come to visit, is relatively safe, but maybe compared to the rest of South Australia. But we felt okay there. I mean, it's not, you wouldn't walk around with your handbag, open and, offering anything easy for thieving. But we were okay. We felt pretty safe there, to be honest.
And look, considering we were about 850 kilometres north of Adelaide and, about 690 kilometres south of Alice Springs, we were surprised at how well provisioned and how well stocked the place was. So from cheap diesel, or relatively cheap compared to where we had just come from.
To being in the isolated Una data track.
Yeah, so cheap diesel, a really well stocked IGA, there was plenty of cafes, there was a couple of bars, quite a few restaurants, so it felt like a pretty civilised place.
Yeah, look, they'd had some crime there, and a lot of the bars had actually been broken into, and I think that's why the crime, it was seen as being quite an unsafe place at the time when we've been there. But in our experience, it was okay. It does have a lot of restrictions around alcohol in the region. So the whole, every single person there has only a certain amount of hours in the day that they're allowed to buy alcohol from the celebrations. There's only one
I think
booze shop there.
two boozes.
Okay, so two booze shops. So it does get a little bit tense around the time of opening and around the time of closing. And there is a lot of crime in the town, so you do have to be a little bit careful.
That being said, we had no incidences to speak of whatsoever. Nothing. We stayed at the Big Four Stuart Range Outback Resort, which is a fantastic place. good facilities. It
Yeah.
even had a dog wash, which was much
Yeah,
needed
it was
after
much needed,
the
and
desert.
we needed the space because our car was bloody red,
Oh.
like red. There was so much dust, so it did give us the opportunity to clean, which was needed, and clean the dog, which was also needed. And we did feel like we chose a caravan park because of what we had heard about the crime rates in Coober Pedy, so it did make us feel a bit safer as well. But yeah, as we said, on our experience, we had no issues at all.
Yeah, and the caravan park, it's quite a large site. It's just outside of town, so you can still walk to all the shops and main sites, but
Yeah.
you're not in the thick of it, so it does keep the noise down somewhat, although there was a bit of a party going on
Oh yeah,
across the field
Heard a
all
few
night long.
motorbikes and yeah,
But we
loud
weren't even
music.
invited, which is the worst bit. I mean, if you're going to throw a party and keep us up half the night, at least bloody
Yeah,
invite us.
exactly, exactly.
So Wally was able to play out the back. There's a big gravel section.
Yeah.
We were able to kick the footy around. Nice people staying there. Quite a few people our age as well. So we got
Yeah, some fellow
to have a few
travellers.
yarns.
Some other YouTubers and TikTokers, and so it was nice to see some other people kind of on the road and have a chat about what their journeys have been up until we met them. So yeah,
So what do we do there?
the good thing about Coober Pedy is there was plenty of dog-friendly things to do there, which is really fun, especially being on the Oodnadatta track. Like, there's not much you could do, so being able to take Wally with us and really get, feel for a little bit of excitement and something different. We went to a place called Tom's Working Opal Mine, which actually allows the dog to come in to the tour with you. The cat is also welcome, but we didn't bring him because he was mad at us. And that was just purely because, he'd had enough of doing anything at that point. But we took Wally, and he even got gifted a little hard hat to wear.
So cute.
So cute. We got a few photo ops. It's definitely Instagrammable, little explosive signs. I think we got some cool photos, some footage. He was able to come into the mine with us, which was really exciting. And obviously people were surprised to see dogs in there, so he's getting all the attention. And the tour itself was actually very informative. The owner there, they've just taken over the mine in the last couple of years, I think, and they were really lovely, very knowledgeable. It was cool. It was something interactive, really good for kids and for pets and for us.
Definitely,
It was
and I think Wally learnt a lot about opal mining and cutting, and to such an extent that he actually reminded me that it was my mother's birthday coming up the week after. So it prompted me to have a look at what they were selling there, and we found some beautiful opals that
which was exciting.
that ended up going on express post mailbag that evening.
Yeah, and it was nice to be able to get a gift of somewhere that we were travelling at the time that was actually relevant to where we were at the time of your mum's birthday.
Yeah, I think the tour even includes, now we didn't take advantage of this, but the tour also includes some scones and some tea and coffee at the end.
You've got an
So
option.
yeah, and some really great stories from the owner.
Yeah, we really
Highly
loved
recommended.
it. We loved it.
Yeah.
And we got so many photos, as you've probably seen a few of them up on the screen. But that was exciting. And then after that, I think we found another really cute Instagrammable sort of place. The Downunder Cafe, and they're dog friendly as well. They've got this beautiful courtyard with flowers, a little burnt out car, but it actually looks really cool. And I think we had some beautiful coffee there.
Yeah, it was
actually.
good. And some alternative milk, which,
At that time
we're
was
Melburnians.
very, very rare. Up until we got to Coober Pedy, we had to either just have black coffee or drink milk, which doesn't agree with us too well. So yeah, it was nice to have a really nice, I think it was oat milk or soy milk or something like that. Anyway, it was delicious.
the little things in life.
Yeah, it was really exciting. And so that was a really nice little place for photos as well. And it was just, very cute. The owner, again, she was really lovely, and we had a chat with her.
Nice people.
So people were really nice, and they really appreciated the tourism. I think after getting a bit of a bad rap in the media, it was really nice to visit there and sort of show your support to people. We also went and visited some really cool things like
The churches.
The church
We had to say hello to gods. Well, various gods. Or is it one god? I don't know.
all the gods.
All the gods.
No, the God, the one God. Being an Orthodox church and a Catholic church. But the cool thing about these churches is they're underground. So it is cool. And we had actually spoken to the caretaker, I think, at the Serbian Orthodox church. And she was like, "Can you sing?" Which, funnily enough, I might be able to sing.
I'm pretty sure I threw you under the bus. And that's why she asked, can you
I was
sing?
like, "No, I can't sing." And he's like, "Yes, she can sing."
She's classically trained, by the way.
By the
By the well. If you look
I
on
got classically
YouTube,
trained by the well.
I'm pretty sure you can find a little bit about Anita Musker. Have a search for her.
No, anyway, let's not give out my personal details online. No, I'm really joking. No, it was really nice because she said that they'd had a lot of acts coming in there, like classical music, playing the cello and vocalists, because apparently the acoustics in the Serbian churches are, like next level. So I gave her a little show and I did sing for her. She said, oh, if you can't think of anything to sing, just sing Hallelujah. And I thought, all right. Anyway, it was really beautiful. The acoustics were absolutely stunning. She was actually telling us that not often Mass is actually said in the Serbian Orthodox Church anymore. I think they only get visited by the priest once every few months now. So it was nice to see the church being used for something else, and it was being used for music, which is amazing. The Catholic Church, on the other hand, it had a regular priest, so it was constantly like masses going on there. So if that's up your alley, it was really beautiful. We enjoyed it.
And it may have brought a little tear to my eye because it was really beautiful. The acoustics and just the whole being in an underground church. I mean,
Yeah, it was really nice.
And maybe let's talk about why it's underground. So Coober Pedy is one of the hotter parts of Australia. And even if it's not summer, even in spring and autumn, the temperatures can regularly get up to and above 40 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it was even hot when we were there.
Yeah, so we were there in the
winter.
dead of winter and it was still around 30.
And you go
some
in
of the
there and
days.
it's just cool. People actually have houses underground there. There's cafes underground there. There's like a cool little like memorabilia place that's super famous, but we didn't manage to go to. But if you're looking things to do, there is definitely things to do in Coober Pedy.
Yeah, it's very unique. Definitely worth a visit.
It's odd in a really quirky kind of way. Yeah.
So after the churches, we decided to have a bit of a rest, and then one of the evenings I guess we felt not lonely, but we felt like we wanted to have a bit of a yarn with
wanted some
people and
adult
connect with
time.
some locals and really get out there and see what the nightlife has to offer in the Coober Pedy region. And wow, boy, did we find a place for us.
I'm half Sicilian, so we went to the Italian club. It wasn't very Italian, the music that
No.
was playing, but
And it's not like the Italian club in Melbourne where you see all the old nonnos sitting around
No,
playing
it's very
with dominoes and playing chess and stuff.
it was very Aussie. It was very Aussie.
Super Aussie.
And different types of Aussies, like, opal mine workers and
Yeah,
it was just
actual
very different.
locals.
Yeah, it was pretty much filled with locals. There was a few tourists there, a couple of backpackers which we met, and it was funny because he was Italian from Italy, and he was like,
Where have I landed? On what planet?
I think he came there thinking he'd be able to speak Italian with someone there, but there was not one Italian that I could see other than the Italian tourists. So yeah, it was cute. I think from back in the older days, not super older, but a little bit
70s,
older.
80s,
Yeah.
90s.
A little bit older, there was a lot of immigrants that went there to try their luck in opal. So there's actually the Italian club, the Croatian club. I think that was quite surprising.
Well,
for
there was
us.
the Serbian Orthodox Church. There was
Yeah,
quite a
so-
big presence and a Greek
I don't
presence
think any
as
of
well.
these people live there anymore. Maybe some of them do, but there wasn't many around when we were there. But there was some very interesting music playing.
Yeah,
and
I mean the drinks were cheap. The
drinks
food
were-
was cheap.
Yeah, if you're looking for a cheap beer, no problem.
It is dog friendly, so we did see a few punters bring their pooches
Yeah.
along.
Doggies.
Yeah, but the music, man, that was something else.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. And people were getting wild. I think there was a few drunken tourists jumping around. I think we even got a video of that actually.
Yep.
Of some people running around. But yeah, that was kind of all the excitement we needed for the night. And we went home and went to bed pretty early, I think.
Yeah, and didn't get invited to that rockin' party across the field. Still cut up about that one.
Obviously.
So another really amazing place just north of Coober Pedy is really, really well worth a visit. It's called the Kanku Breakaways Conservation Park. I almost said Conversation Park, but it's definitely a conservation park.
We had some conversations in the park, I guess.
About 20 minutes north of Coober Pedy. It's $12.50 per person to enter. And the best part is, even if it's stinking hot outside or freezing cold, it's mostly a driving experience.
Yeah. Which is good because you can kind of just have the aircon pumping if you need it. We had the windows down. We went later in the evening, kind of around sunset time, which we were told was one of the best times to see all of the different colours because it literally is like a rainbow painted like little fun land. It's just beautiful. All different sized hills, so the colours kind of really come through, especially at sunrise and sunset.
Yeah, I think the technical terms are, well, there's coloured rock hills, which is not very technical, but what is it? Flat-topped mesas, gibber-covered plains, I don't know, that's all I got. That's all I was able to get off the internet. But it is also famous for the salt and pepper looking hills. So basically you've got a really wide array of different colours that are stacked on top of each other that, to be honest, to us laymen's, just looks bloody cool.
It was really beautiful, and it was dog friendly, which is the most exciting part. We could bring Wally with us. He stuck his nose out the window, and we were even able to take him for a little walk up one of the main hills there. There's not many walks available there because it is a conservation park. You nearly got me. It was a conservation park, so you're not actually allowed to go and walk out onto any rock. It's a sacred place for the Aboriginal people, but there is a couple of little walks, and the ones that we could take Wally on, you have to have him on leash and within, a couple of meters of you. So he enjoyed that. I think it was super windy though. It was really windy. So it was a quick in and out, and then we just did some more driving around. Some people were actually setting up a picnic because there is a little spot up the top of one of the hills where you can sort of eat and like with your own car and your own stuff. If you've got a picnic table, some chairs, and they were just having a cup of tea. Some of them having a wine, and then just watching the colours over the hills kind of as the sun was going down, which was absolutely stunning. I really, really, really rate that place. The Breakaways, Kanku, it was spectacular.
Visually, absolutely spectacular.
And again, dog friendly.
Best part is, although it is down a gravel road, it is the best gravel road I think I've ever travelled on.
We could actually speed. Not speed, but you know what I mean? Go fast.
And it just shows how much our life has changed since Melbourne, how much our values have changed, because I would never have gotten excited about a bloody dirt road. But after going on the Udundata track for 2 or 3 days, I was excited about this dirt road.
Yeah.
Really well graded. You could do good speed, so accessible to 2-wheel drives, motorhomes, vans, although one of the vans did have a flat tyre. But very easy to get to. Definite must if you are in the Coober Pedy region.
And even if you're bypassing, you can actually just go to the Breakaways on the way to your next point.
Yeah. So next episode, we're going to come to you from the Northern Territory region. But for now, that's all we got. Coober Pedy, well worth a visit. Definitely check it out if you're in the area. Bye for now.
Bye.